Good morning, Yun. So I finally felt like the time was right to do the reading. I was waiting until my energy felt good and the energy of pulling in your guides felt like it was a good time. So I'm going to send you the picture of the reading that I did. And you'll notice, so I'm actually going to read it the opposite way. So all of cards that have to do with John are on my right hand side, and all of the cards that have to do with you are on the left hand side, because when you are working with energy, the left side is female and the right side is male. And I need to tell you that so I called in my spirit guides first, and they are on my left hand side. I called in your spirit team and your spirit guides, and they are right in front of me. And then I called in John's spirit guides, and like I can't even explain to you. It's like I can see it, and I can feel it, I can sense it. It's like a wall. So there's my guides, your guides, a wall, like a cement wall. I can't even really access his guides. And it's not coming from him. Not to be rude, but he is not strong enough, like powerful enough to do something like that. That there's someone that is, and they're blocking me being able to connect with his spirit team. So I'm just going to work with ours. I could probably break down that wall, but honestly, I don't want to mess with that type of energy right now because it doesn't feel like it's even a positive energy. And so yeah, we're just going to leave that as it is. So looking up at the top, I started with the Dark Goddess Tarot because they seem to really work well with your energy. And that's who wanted to come and help me do this reading. So the first thing I asked was, what does Yun need to know right now? What's going on? What's in front of her? What does she need to do? What does she need to see? And it's the Nine of Earth, which is Bloodwed. I don't know if you know about her story, but her story does involve infidelity. Of course, in her story, the infidelity is her. But that's not what I'm getting from this card. This card is coming and saying that you need to be the star of your life. You need to set your intentions and move forward and stop playing the supporting role. I feel like you feel like you're second from someone, like John is first and then you, and that's not how life works. And we have this one life here right now, and you need to stop playing the supporting role, and you need to actually be the star of your life. That's what she's here saying. You do you stop worrying about other people that are messing with you, and you need to worry about you, your kids, and your home and your dreams, and about creating the beautiful life for yourself and for your children that you want, that you thought that you had, but you do not have. So now it's time to create that life, not with the intentions of somebody else helping you create it. You create that life for yourself and your children. And maybe someday there'll be another person involved who can be part of that life, but all of that needs to come from you and from your energy. That's what she's here to tell you. And then I was asking about John. What is going on with John? And again, I didn't get much of an answer. I didn't need to really, just looking at the card that I picked, which is the Hag of Water, if you see that. And if you look closely, I can take a picture of it closer for you. There's like all this stuff going on underneath the water, right? There's like a man like drowning under the water. There's shipwrecks under the water. And then if you look at the top, on top of the water, there's someone in a boat and the water is really rough and his boat's going to sink too. So what I see with that is that there's something going on beneath the surface with him, okay? I'm not saying that he's a bad person. I don't know his childhood. I don't know his upbringing, but I do sense that this is something deep within him, that he is almost exploring the dark side, and he has to process this all himself. And I don't know that he is ready or willing to do that. But there is a lot going on underneath in the depths of his soul that he can't really change it right now. He can't. He's not ready to, nor does he want to. He might say that he wants to. It might look pretty on the surface, but underneath, it's a mess. It's a mess, Yun. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, honey. I love you, so I'm going to say what I see. I don't sugarcoat stuff. So then I took out my tarot cards, and I was shuffling, and the whole time I was shuffling, I was thinking about Pony being pregnant and not really wanting to ask that question, right? Because I know for myself, my heart would break. But so, like I said, being honest, I'm shuffling, and the card that fell out, I put to the right, if you see it, it's a black swan. And in this deck, the king is called Father, and it says Father of Cups. Cups, usually indicate pregnancy. So I put that aside, and I knew what the answer to that was right then and there. That's why that card jumped out at me. And then when I did ask the specific question, is Pony pregnant right now? I drew, you'll see the card that's next to it is the Four of Cups reversed. And it's funny, if you look at that picture, it's a rat. This card tells me she's pregnant. She is. Does he have any other children? I feel like this is his fourth child. I forget. I'm pretty sure you have 3. So this would be his fourth child. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I see with her. Then I asked the question, is John still being deceitful about drugs and money? And I pulled the Page of Pentacles, which is all about being dishonest and spending money that he doesn't have, and living like in this dream world. He's not being practical at all. Like, I don't know if does he think this is cool, what he's doing? What, does this make him look like a badass or something? But he is definitely not being trustworthy. He is definitely not sticking to his commitments. He is not dependable at all. He is not keeping his word. He is not being credible. That is what I'm seeing, with a big, huge red flag. So then I asked the question of, what does Yun then need to focus on for her and her family, for her children? What does she need to be doing? And I pulled the Wheel of Fortune card. And the Wheel of Fortune card is all about, it's a turning point. This is a turning point for you. And you need to make something for yourself and your kids at this point. You need to change your course. This is a change of course. This is, you have to take action, movement. You have to, I know you feel stuck right now. You don't know what to do. You want to save your marriage. You don't want to save your marriage. Do you think he's going to change? You're wondering. And it's time to stop wondering. And it's time to stop thinking and doing the what if game. It's time for you to change your course of action and to actually take action and to Make this about yourself and your children, your own personal vision, your own purpose, your own role in this life. And let your children see you being the strong person who's doing everything that you're doing to make their life stable and healthy and loving. And I wanted to point out something that I was just told, and I don't do scare tactics, but they're saying you need to be careful, and you need to be careful with your children around him because of the people that he is hanging around is not safe for you. So it's not, just be safe with the kids, okay? Because these people that he is around are not safe people. And I don't want anything to happen to you or your children. So I need you to be hyper aware of what's going on, okay? And then I chose a card from the Messenger Oracle that I used with your last reading because that worked really well. And I asked what energy that you need to partner with right now. And I chose let two become one. Now, typically, let two become one comes with the feelings of love and a relationship and two souls becoming one soul, but that's not what this is about. Sorry, my dog is whining. Maya, sit down. This is about let two, who you guys are together now, become one, meaning you need to move on to just yourself, okay? You need to move on to just yourself. And I'm hearing, don't go out and try to one-up him. That's not going to help you. You know that you are stronger than that, and you are smarter than that, and you know that you need to become one and become whole again and work through the pain that he has brought upon you. That's what you need to be focusing on. And then I chose a card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle cards. And that card is about big, bold vision. And again, it's coming up a lot in your reading about you creating this new life, this vision. I don't know what plans you had for yourself, if you had big plans for you and John, if you have this dream, this vision of what you wanted for your family. But at this point, you just need to keep following that vision, even if it's done with just you and your children. This big vision is everywhere that I'm looking. Playing this big role in your own life and making this vision for yourself. And so this card is about moving the blockages out of the way. That you've got this limited thinking going on right now, and that it's like shrinking your self-esteem. It's shrinking your belief that you are capable of doing exactly what it is that you want to do. This situation that you're in with John, this situation in your marriage is making you feel like almost like you deserve it, and that you're feeling guilty because you had this big vision, you have this big dream for your family and for yourself, and you were going for it, and you're saying to yourself, man, if I would have just stayed home and made myself small and didn't go out there trying to make this vision, this dream that I have, if I didn't go out there and try to achieve this dream, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And I'm telling you, that is the furthest thing from the truth. It is the absolute furthest thing from the truth. And I'm not telling you this as from one woman to another who gets mad about that, but this stuff that John is going through has nothing to do with you. This is deep, deep down in his soul. And sadly, you can't do anything to change that. No amount of love, no amount of nurturing or support is going to change that until he is ready to change that, and he is not there. So you have this big idea and you have these big dreams that you want to go after, and instead you've been letting yourself feel like that's wrong, that you're not supposed to do that, that you're supposed to stay home and be the pretty trophy wife, and that's not true. Not at all. Not at all. Because the divine, the source, God, would not have given you all of the talent that he's given you or she's given you for you to sit home and make babies and cook dinner. No, just no. I want you to stop thinking that right now, and I know that you're thinking that, but it's the furthest thing from the truth. Okay. Okay, actually, I want to read this to you because it's in the book that comes with the Sacred Rebels Oracle cards, which, by the way, are fabulous. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. And she always gives you a prayer or an affirmation or something to say. So with this card, the part of the healing process is she wants you to say this: I release all blocks to my vision. I release all beliefs, conscious and unconscious, stored in my body or mind that would have me belittle or minimize myself out of fear or ignorance. I choose to be bold, big, and bright, to vision with my heart and receive all the genius of the universe in supporting that vision and coming to life. So be it. Say that to yourself because you need to heal that part of yourself. So I thought I was done, but the whole time, these dark goddess tarot cards, they love you. They really do. I kept getting a feeling, I know that sounds silly, like my cards talk to me, but they do. And I kept feeling like, okay, they need to, there's one more card that they need to give me for Yun. I feel like we're not done. And they said, you're absolutely right. So I took out the deck again. I didn't even shuffle. I held them to my heart and I said, what card is it that you wanted to share with me for Yun to see? And the Justice card was the card that I chose. You see it all the way on the left. And the Justice card is from the Egyptian goddess of truth, okay? It's all about truth and balance and justice. And she is here to tell you that you need to evaluate your relationships, intimate relationships, and you need to look for misconduct. And where there is cruelty, where there's falsehood, where the civility is gone, you need to cut it out now. You need to voice, you need to express your voice. Your voice needs to be heard, and it is going to be a voice of justice. And that you need to maintain calm amongst all the chaos right now. So calm and creating order, and not inviting any chaos, any drama, nothing in your life right now. That's it. It is all about, it is done, it is done, it is done. So you need to take the reins of what's going on, cut the bullshit, and be done with it. And that's exactly what needs to happen. You can write it all out. You can speak it aloud. You can do what you need to do, but it needs to happen. And it needs to happen. You need to stop dragging your feet. This is what I'm hearing. You need to stop dragging your feet. You need to stop feeling like a victim. You are one. This was done to you. But this victim mentality is not you at all. It is not you at all. It doesn't suit you well, she's saying. It's time for you to be that strong woman and say enough is enough. And I'm done with this. And I'm certainly not going to let my daughter see that this is how we do marriage, because this is not okay. Okay. So that's the reading that I have for you today. I really wish it could have been something more positive, but this is what I've got. This is what was told to me. This is what I've seen. If I can do anything else for you, just let me know, okay? Because I'm always here. Much love to you, Yun.